Bloody Peppers.
All right, guys. I just want to start off by saying thank you all for coming out tonight. This has been honestly one of the most special days of my whole life. It has been quite a journey over the last 22 months. It started with me getting sober. I was definitely dabbling in things that were ruining myself, my body, my mind, my relationships, and I decided to make a change, and that change came at a very big price. But when that bill came due, I was able to pay it, and pay it fully, and pay it forward. It has given me back everything. My belief in God has gone through the roof, and someone asked me, why do you believe in God? And I told them, because I gave God a broken self, shattered, fat, gross, hated myself, and he accepted that fully and gave me back this. The best gift I've ever received. From there, I started my spiritual journey. It started with a little bit of something called brain spotting therapy. The brain spotting therapy worked for a little while. It kind of got me going, got the track going. And then I was driving around one day and I passed by this place called Higher Self Healing and Massage. That is Christine's spot. And I was immediately drawn to it, attracted to it, and it blossomed the greatest piece of spirituality in my whole entire life. Beautiful blessings started happening. I received this dog from Taylor and Chris. Her name is Kira. She was a super blessing, started doing walks every night, connecting with the universe, watching the stars, the moon move. And at first I thought, this whole sobriety thing, like I feel alone all the time. But with the stars, the outside, the walks, I started to, from it being alone to it being very humbling and very graceful. And I just kept going and going and going and going. Kind of like an eagle soars. I don't know if anyone knows, but an eagle, there's only one animal that will attack an eagle, and it's a crow. And what the crow does is the crow latches on to the eagle's back. The eagle pays it absolutely no mind. It doesn't care. What it does is it just starts to fly higher and higher and higher and higher until the air gets so thin that the crow eventually falls off of its back. So I kind of kept that mentality with it, that even though times were tough and they were hard, that I'm gonna reach that higher height. I'm gonna continue to reach that.
Gotta do that for you, bro.
From there, me and Mikey Shaner, who was just walking around here, he had to leave because we actually did an event tonight. And I got my business to the point now that I have such a great team that I was able to do this with all of you while a major event was going on, which is such a blessing. Mikey and me started a catering business without a fork, a knife, a spoon, plates, nothing. We're like, hey, you know what? We're gonna start this thing up and we're gonna get this thing going, and now we have a successful running business. So the business ran. My health. I went from being 185 pounds and overweight and not being able to look at myself in the mirror to being that was my
so hot right now.
Was the goal. I was like, I'm gonna get to the point where I can go out to the undertow wearing a fucking speedo. I've never been to the undertow, but check it out sometime. I'll be there. So that was a really big blessing. So I used my physical shape, my mental shape, my spiritual shape, and I remolded myself. And I've actually helped remold other people too. There are definitely some people in this room that, they were in a struggle, and because of what they saw in me, they got better. And I think that is one of the biggest blessings that you can ever give. You can always treat yourself the best, but when you start to do yourself right and people start to follow on that path, there's no other feeling like it.
Yes.
So Today, the rebirthing, extremely powerful stuff. That was one of the most beautiful feelings of love that I've ever experienced in my whole life. When everyone was kind of touching each other and I was in the center, I could feel everyone's vibes like coursing through my body and my DNA and my cells and all of it just coming together. And I think a lot of people felt that too. I kind of started crying during it, and then I looked up, and then other people were crying, so I was like, okay, close your eyes, don't look, or the whole beach is gonna start crying, you know? But it was really beautiful, and it was a really beautiful moment to share with all of you that were there, and even the ones that weren't, because they were there in spirit. The whole rebirthing process, awakening, was one of the hardest things I've ever done. To consistently go back to deep, dark, hurtful, pain things of shame, guilt, anger, and instead of pushing those things away, being able to bring those things and to be one with those things is a true gift from God. And for me, I hope that it sets an example that for everyone here, that you're never alone. I will always be with each and every one of you, and will always be there to help you. When we take a knee or we have something happy, I'll be there for all of it. So I will love you all so much. I'm gonna kind of start, I have everyone's name on this list. So I'm gonna very briefly go through each person here that I've thought about things to say about them. I'm gonna start with Taylor and Chris because I know that they have to run across the Skyway to get back to their kids. So for them, they have been, Taylor and Chris right there. So, yeah, they are just an absolutely amazing couple. They have shown me so much love, and you guys have brought me so much friendship, and gave me Kira, which is one of the greatest gifts I've ever received in my whole life. That has helped me, honestly, like stay focused, you know, focusing on her and helping her along her little journey has helped me tremendously. So I love you guys so much. I'm very thankful for you. Next, I'm gonna go to Marnie. Marnie's in the back right there. She's as cute as a button. Marnie is a mother of two, and she is honestly one of the strongest females that I have ever met. Yeah. Relentless and unwavering and unstopping, and works with these kids every day. And I've seen some very good parents, but she really does it on her own. And it is magnificent to watch her do that. And when I first got sober, she called me every month on my sober day, and still does. Just to say congratulations, Brendan. You're doing a great job. So love to Martin. We are going to go to Jason next. John is right here. He's got those beautiful dreadlocks. They're nice and clean and crispy as always. John is a very special human in my life. When I think about John, I think about the word authentic. And he is truly the definition of authenticity, which when it comes to vibrations, faith, love, hope, faith, they all vibrate very high, but nothing vibrates as high as being authentic. John played for 4 MLB teams and lived an amazing life being in the MLB for 9 years. It did not change him at all. You see these guys that are in the super sports guys are buying diamonds or buying chains. All John wanted was to travel and have this boat because he's a pirate like me. So, and he simply kept it. You'll see John cruising down Gulf Boulevard on his scooter, just chilling, you know. And for him, that is the simple life. Happiness emulates out of him. So, you're my brother, and I love you so much. We are going to go to Sweet Summer. Summer has seen me at the best And definitely at the worst, probably the worst like that most people have seen. And somehow she's still sitting here. Like, she still likes me. And
I know her.
and I love her very much. She's been one of the most supportive people through this journey, and her whole family, her everything of her, her being, her essence, her laugh, her love is beyond measure. And I love you so much, son. I am going to go with Benny and Natasha next. I'm going to kind of join this little couple over here. Benny and Natasha are super special in my life. Just recently we went to a show called Jelly Roll. I don't know if you guys know him. Jelly! Yeah. It was so kind of them to invite me, and I had no idea who this dude was, but I was just like so pumped to go to this show with them and the fact that they invited me. The show ended up just being so deep and moving, and this guy struggled his whole life. Like, was homeless, lived in a car, and even during the show, he called out all the sober people that were out there in the crowd. And I think Benny is the only one who really noticed, but I kind of got like a little teary out of some shit, someone's smoking weed or something. Oh my God. But it really just meant so much to me. They are getting married soon, and I am going to be a groomsman in his wedding. So they're very, very, very special people to me, and I love them so much. So I love you guys. Next, we're going to be Chase over there. Chase, he's from Virginia, yeah.
Where's he at? There we go. Is it cold or no?
Chase has a smile that can melt some ice, and he emulates this beautiful love and laughter. And since I've known him, me and him have had some of the best times and some bad times, but more good times than bad. He is one of the people that I was talking about in the beginning, that because of my journey, that other people have found love and have found love in themselves. Chase is how sober now? 4 months sober. So, I gotta say, one of the biggest blessings that you can receive is when your work, people see it and they want to emulate that. And he has sent me text messages numerous times saying, hey dude, like, I almost drank last night, but literally I thought of you, Brendan, and because of that, I did it. And it's moved me to tears, for sure. And he is an amazing friend, and I'm so happy that you're here. I love you. Let's go with Vanessa. Yay, Vanessa. Vanessa is the sweetest, littlest, cutest doll in our whole little group. She is so much fun. She is so vibrant. The energy that she brings and her love is amazing. I love her so much. She's been a good friend to me for a couple years, and I know she's going to be there for a long, 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 long haul, and I love you, Ben. We have Tina. Tina. She's going to give a speech, actually.
Definitely not.
Great speech.
Definitely not.
Tina, after she gets her speech back, she will never give a speech. She doesn't. She's one of the managers here at Park Shore, the best manager that we've ever had, besides the guy that sits next to her right there, Steve. Tina is like my older sister, honestly. Me and her have one of the coolest relationships. She's known me for 16 years. Same thing, highs and lows. When I was really hitting my really darkest time, I ended up calling here. And she like stopped everything that she was doing. Like, oh, there's whatever going on, I don't give a fuck. What's wrong with Brendan? How do we have to help Brendan? The kitchen's on fire, I don't care. Brendan's on fire. Like, okay, cool, yeah, Tina. So I knew Tina was always gonna stick around. Me and her laugh harder than anyone ever. They may or may not be some racist jokes that we tell.
Don't worry, I'm the black guy.
They're usually about Delonte. Or Andy. She has been absolutely so supportive of everything and has watched my whole journey unfold, and I love you very much, Tina.
Tina.
All right, we're gonna go with Drew. Where is that ginger Irish guy right there? I don't know if you've seen him with that mullet. It's fucking glorious. With the stash, like, you know, yeah. So me and Drew have been friends for almost 8 years now. 8, 9 years. More? 10?
Thank you.
10, almost 10 years. Almost 10 years. Drew is my Irish brother, and we have had amazing times over the years. I'm actually going to be moving in with Drew January 1st to St. Pete Beach, to his nice little pool mansion that he's got over there. So it's going to be really cool. But he as well has been extremely supportive, calls all the time. You know, we've both had some ups and downs over the last 2 years, and we have been very supportive of each other, and we call ourselves Irish brothers. So I know he's going to be here for the long haul.